Hello, everyone, and welcome to ITSE 1302. I am Carol Chandler, your teacher, and this semester is going to be entirely online on your own schedule. If it works out for multiple students to meet with me in my WebEx room at the same time, I am willing to do that. I'm also available by appointment, and my time is pretty flexible. Before you take the first quiz, please make sure you're familiar with the syllabus. If when you come into D2L, you should find announcements. If you click on content, you will find useful documents such as the syllabus and the schedule. The quizzes are available on the calendar and course schedule. I could not add the programming assignments because they're not D2L assignments, so they are listed in the assignment schedule. The course schedule is useful because it will give you updates. If you download the Pulse app, then you will get notifications about when things are due. Generally, there are going to be programs due at the same time quizzes are due, so it's still pretty useful, I think. Okay, so programming assignments will be done in Trinket, and there are links to my course in several places in D2L and welcome message, syllabus, things like that. So you join my course, you come here, you're in Trinket, you will find our book, Python for Everyone by Charles Severance. And it is free. If you really want a hard copy of it, Amazon does have it for, it's not very expensive, but you don't need it. And having it online and reading this book within Trinket means that when you get to the examples in the chapters, you can work them right there in the middle of the chapter, which I think is kind of cool. All right, so so in the course, you will see in the left-hand menu, the chapters. There will be the reading, and there will be videos and assignments for each chapter. The videos, I will be adding my own as we go along. There are also videos that were created by the book author, and sometimes he rambles on about things that I don't think are terribly important and doesn't emphasize the things that I do, so I'll be making my own videos. But he does have some really interesting perspectives. And there are a lot more in chapter 1 than there are in the other chapters. And he does have some neat stuff about hardware that I mean, I don't have this hardware. I couldn't make this video. But if you don't know what the inside of a computer looks like, or how it works, how it's all put together, then this is some interesting stuff in this chapter. Okay, so this chapter goes on about how computers work and why you should even think about being a programmer. If you haven't thought about those things, then you should definitely read this. Other than that, in the book, I am not going to quiz you about everything that's in here. You should know the difference between an interpreter and a compiler. You should know. You should be familiar with these reserved words in the section under words and sentences. These are words that mean something special to Python, so you can't redefine these words to mean something else. You can't name a variable yield. That's just, you can't do it because this already means something to Python. I'm not asking you to memorize this list and be able to spit it out, but you should be familiar with this. Some of them you will encounter all the time. Some of them you may never encounter, but you should still be aware of what a reserved word is and what most of them are. Also, this chapter will tell you how a print statement works. And in your first assignment, that's all I'm asking you to do is write some print statements and also write some comments. And that is all I expect out of you for that one. Let's see. There's also a good section on what could possibly go wrong. I do expect you to try to figure out what your errors are. Python is very friendly about helping with syntax errors. A lot friendlier than some languages are. And it is one of the benefits of being an interpreted language rather than a compiled one is it quits when it finds something it doesn't understand and generally tells you where that is. So it's generally pretty helpful. And I do expect you to run your programs and to be aware if your program runs or not. When you submit your assignments, it will be here in Trinket. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Chapter 2 assignment because it is a little more interesting, and I have my own here. I did not include an example of the first assignment, but in the second assignment, so you will see you have a Trinket box. This is the run button, and this is how you will run your program when you write some code. Is you will click on this. If there are errors, they will show up over here. We'll just go back to assignment 1. Okay, so in assignment 1, this is what I expect of you. Show Trinket is how you load your box. Here is how you run your program. If you want to get a line by line editor, you can, or a console, you can do that as well, and you can just enter a single line of code and see what happens. Or you can just use the run button and it will run all of your code at once. So you will type in some Python code here, and then you will click run. Now, if you type some garbage and you try to run it, it's not going to like that very much. It doesn't even recognize this as a Python program. So if it does think it's a program, you will get some errors over here, and it will be a little more helpful than this. Let's see. What else do you need to know in this chapter? That's about it, really. The first quiz is about understanding your expectations. So make sure you've looked over the syllabus, that you know what I expect of you. Believe it or not, I've had students make it to the end of the class and then complain that they made a C instead of an A because they didn't know that there was a final. And, I don't really know what to say about that, but don't be that student, okay? So there will be things to do in D2L as well as Trinket. Please read the announcements. Please get the Pulse app downloaded, and it will give you notifications. And if you need to contact me, the very best way is through D2L email. I get an awful lot of group faculty messages in my regular email account, and things can get lost in the noise. So please use D2L email. I don't have anything else going into that except for class messages. So that is the very best way to contact me. I will try to check it often and get back to you quickly. My schedule is fairly open. If you need help, I'm available for one-on-one WebExes, or, if we get a group that are available at a particular time, we can do that and record it and have it available for others. So, so help is out there. It should be a fairly easy semester, I hope. I hope this helps you figure out if you want to be a programmer or not. And I hope to be able to help you think like a programmer and have an idea if this is what you really want to do with yourself. So, have a great semester. Let me know if you need help.